Hey there. I wanted to tell you a little story today. Back in, I'm going to say junior high, 7th, 8th, ninth grade, I had a friend, and I'm going to just call him Norris because that was his name. Norris, he was a good kid. He was a pudgy kid in school, but his mom was a big woman, and kids when they're young, they just awful to people. They make fun of everybody. But Norris and I were buddies, and I never treated him like that, and he never treated me any different way, and I think he knew some of my home situations. So the thing about Norris, bless his heart, Norris had a pirate radio station in his basement. Now his parents, his mother's company, his family owned a limestone company, so they weren't hurting, and they lived very close to the junior high at the end of an addition that was full of doctors and lawyers and Indian chiefs, so it was a nice area. And we would go over in his basement and fire that thing up and play music and tell some gossip stories and be silly. And I don't really ever think we got caught. Now, there were some times when I was going home that there were cops in the neighborhood. Could be they had a way back in the 60s to find out what was going on. But we had fun. It was a fun thing to do, and like I said, we never got caught. Fast forward 20, 30 years later, I'm thinking about Norris. Oh, whatever happened to that guy? We all go our separate ways, and I did some Googling, and I come to find out that he ended up producing documentary films. So he kind of kept his dream of media, but he just really didn't know at the time what it was. So I believe most of them are faith-based, which is cool. He does what he does. He travels a lot, and he does these films. So kind of the point of the story is holding on to your dream. Maybe you have a little something that you really like to do, like the pirate radio station, but you're not exactly sure what the focus is going to be, and you run through your life, and you end up making documentary videos. Documentary movies, really. I mean, he's not in video. He produced films for different organizations, and I'm sure some of them were worldwide. So hold on to your dreams. If you need to, go listen to the Electric Light Orchestra song, Hold On Tight. You take care, guys, and I'll see you soon.